Strategic thrust. So in this discussion, what we do is we go through some of the definitions of strategic thrust. We also discuss what is strategic thrust. We also see how is strategic thrust different from strategic options. We also would go through how can strategic thrust be used as a machine for creating objectives of the strategic firm. And then we'll also discuss what is strategic management process and what are its main components. So first we'll take a look at what is strategic thrust. Strategic thrust happens at the highest levels in management in the form of initiatives arising out of strategic vision, and in most cases guides the action plans aimed towards achieving set objectives and goals of the organization. So a strategic thrust happens after strategic directions. Very important. Strategic thrust happens after strategic directions that helps one achieve competitive advantage at a more strategic level than tactical level. So this is the main feature of strategic thrust. It happens after strategic directions and it helps one achieve competitive advantage at a more strategic level. Next, we'll consider how is strategic thrust different from strategic option. So we know strategic thrust happens after strategic directions and it tries to achieve competitive advantage. But strategic options, on the other hand, take advantage of this fact and includes actors, trends, opportunities, or threats of the outside world. So strategic options take advantage of this fact, of the fact of strategic thrust happening at a more competitive level. And this fact is taken advantage of by strategic options. And it also includes actors, trends, opportunities, or threats of the outside world. Managers consider strategic option as a tool used to change or modify the business model at the desired level so that organizational goals are achieved. So it's used also as a tool to change or modify the business model. So there is a relationship with business model whenever we take up strategic options. So after evaluation of the goals achieved using strategic options, a firm has at its disposal those options that would be chosen by the managers that would fit better with the strategic vision. So the strategic option should fit with the strategic vision. So any managers whose ideas revolve around this aspect of strategic option would be supported. And it also moves on forward with the implementation arising out of such a vision. Implementing strategic option in order to realize a strategic vision means to act more on the business model of the firm. So business model becomes important so frequently so that an aspect of vision is realized in the set time frame. So something from the vision is realized also using strategic option. So in most cases, the relationship between strategic options and the business model will make an impact on the business model. The deeper the relationship, the deeper the impact felt on the business model. So that explains what is strategic option and how it is different from strategic thrust. Next, we'll see how can strategic thrust be used as a machine for creating objectives of the strategic firm. So here, once the organization has decided that it needs to create objectives or a strategic thrust that helps the organization to attain a changed business model, it is done through crafting of a strategic management process. And by virtue of taking up a review of the vision statement and mission statement in such a manner that it involves research on commonly available issues depending upon the information available. So it prompts for a research based on the mission and vision statement and also how the changed business model is going to impact. So based on these premises, we use strategic thrust as a machine for creating the objectives of a strategic firm. So local experts on this field is contacted so that change agents can contribute to the solution that is vehemently brought in as part of strategic assessment exercise. So the experts in the field, local experts mostly are contacted. Change agents, they are analyzed and they are actually analyzed to see how they can contribute to the solution. Logical issues are addressed separately by addressing the community needs, and action plans are sought out which would determine reframing objectives in terms of additional funds, staff members, etc. So whenever there is a need for additional funds, the strategic assessment exercise or the logical issues are addressed in that way. And also the community needs and action plans are sought out. That would be on par with the reframing objectives in terms of additional funds and staff members. So this information, no matter how minimal, it contributes a great deal towards developing process objectives and thus provides the much needed strategic thrust to the organization as a whole. Now, next we'll see what is strategic management process and what are its main components. So in strategic management process, whether it involves a strategic thrust, the following exists, which are external analysis, internal analysis, strategy formulation, strategy execution, and strategy control. So these 5 factors exist. Now let us see what is external analysis. External analysis involves analyzing opportunities or threats, constraints that exist in an organization's external environment, including industry and forces that may be present in the external environment. So that is external analysis. External analysis, by which we mean analyzing all these factors: opportunities, threats, constraints, external environment, industry focus, forces that may be present in external environment. What is internal analysis? Internal analysis shows an organization's strengths and weakness in its internal environment. So under this topic, does the subject management ethics and corporate social responsibility. So these 2 subjects falls under this internal analysis. Management ethics and corporate social responsibility. So what is strategy formulation? Strategy formulation, strategies are built and sustained using competitive advantages, which are again formulated by keeping tabs on the organization's strengths and weakness with the environmental opportunities and threats. So some of the major steps in strategy formulation also involve mission statements, company profile, external environment, in such a manner that they remain in sync with the accepted vision statement of the company. So the mission statement, company profile, and external environment forms the major steps in strategy formulation, and they are expected to remain in sync with the accepted vision statement of the company. Now, the business strategy that usually occurs at a business unit or at a more productive level, or that is at a product level, and also it has to be productive. So this manifold helps improve the competitive position of the companies or corporations' products and services in the particular industry in question, or the market segment served by the said business unit. So business strategy may be competitive strategy or cooperative strategy. Whereas Apple Computers leans towards a more differentiation or competitive strategy of innovation in products or its product lines, Mac and iMac line of personal computers, Air India leans towards a more cooperative strategy by forming alliance with Lufthansa Airlines in order to provide a more global airline service. So this completes the session. Thank you.